European leaders are set to gather in Paris for an emergency summit on Ukraine as concerns mount over the United States moving forward with Russia on peace negotiations without direct European involvement. The summit, reportedly scheduled for Monday, is expected to bring together leaders from France, Germany, the United Kingdom, Italy, Poland, Spain, the Netherlands, and Denmark, along with the President of the European Council, the President of the European Commission, and the Secretary General of NATO. This urgent meeting follows a series of developments that have left European nations feeling sidelined. President Trump recently announced that peace talks with Russia would begin immediately following a phone call with Vladimir Putin. Furthermore, Trump's special envoy to Ukraine, Keith Kellogg, confirmed that while European perspectives would be taken into consideration, they would not be direct participants in the negotiations. He confirmed that Ukraine would be at the negotiating table, but dismissed European involvement, stating, quote, "Enter the discussion not with complaints about whether or not you're at the table, but by offering concrete proposals and ideas, particularly on defense spending," end quote. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has voiced frustration over recent developments, particularly Trump's decision to speak with Putin before consulting with him. Speaking at the Munich Security Conference, Zelensky warned that Europe should no longer rely solely on U.S. support and called for the creation of a joint European military force, the Armed Forces of Europe. He said, quote, "I really believe the time has come. The armed forces of Europe must be created," end quote. Zelensky also reiterated that the Ukraine would never accept a deal made behind their back. He pointed out that a shift was occurring in global politics, stating, quote, "The old days are over when America supported Europe just because it always had," end quote. UK Prime Minister Starmer has emphasized the importance of maintaining transatlantic unity, saying, quote, "The UK will work to ensure we keep the US and Europe together." He said this is a once-in-a-generation situation. We cannot allow any divisions in the alliance to distract from the external enemies we face. Polish Foreign Minister Sikorski, speaking at the Munich Security Conference, indicated that the final details of the summit were being finalized. His posts on social media suggesting the meeting was confirmed, though, were later deleted. However, multiple sources still expect the summit to proceed as planned. The European Union's foreign ministers who are attending the Munich Security Conference as well are scheduled to hold an emergency meeting today to discuss Washington's shifting stance and its implications for the continent. Now, the Trump administration's foreign policy has heightened European concerns. Defense Secretary Hegseth dismissed Ukraine's NATO prospects and the pre-2014 borders, while Vance at the Munich Security Conference urged Europe to prioritize internal threats and take more responsibility for its defense. As the Trump administration moves forward with peace talks in Saudi Arabia, senior U.S. officials, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, are expected to meet with Russian negotiators in the coming days. Reports indicate that the Kremlin is assembling a high-level negotiating team, including intelligence and economic officials. Meanwhile, UK Prime Minister Starmer is scheduled to visit Washington later this month to meet with President Trump, which is a meeting that could serve as an opportunity for the United Kingdom to position itself as a diplomatic bridge between the US and Europe. While European leaders continue to push for a more united front, the geopolitical landscape appears to be shifting. The outcome of these talks could have lasting implications for generations, and not only for Ukraine, but for the entirety and the future of Europe and their security, as well as transatlantic relations with the United States.